Hey everyone, happy Tuesday and welcome to Tuesday Tips. So today we are discussing a very important topic which is about pricing your services. So whether you are a freelancer, a VA, web designer, copywriter or any freelancer offering any skill, this live would be very beneficial for you. So again, to those who are watching us right now, just comment your questions, your thoughts below. This would be a quick live, just so we could really go through everything. And this is a free webinar offered to Funnels Mastery community. So if you are not yet in the community, make sure to join so that you could also watch our other webinars. So again, we are doing this Tuesday tip to really give you guys, resource and also, encourage you and motivate you to really pursue and be successful in freelancing. No, we are really doing this to really provide value, to really help you, so that the only thing that you just need to do is to just take action. So, yun na lang yung magiging kulang sa inyo. So, let's start this session. So, again, this is a very important topic, which is about pricing strategies, especially for freelancers. So whether you are just starting out or you are looking to like refine your pricing model, because maybe most of you have already had experience, or you are looking to serve more clients on a higher price point, this session will really provide you valuable insights to, help you price your services effectively and of course correctly. Although wala naman talagang correctly sa industry, but again, it's just for you to know kung tama ba yung method mo, no, of pricing yourself. Na you are not really overselling or you're not lowballing yourself as well, no? So we want to find that balance, and also alam niyo yung balance between your skill, your energy, the value that you bring to the table, and also of course the time that you're spending, the talent, the knowledge, the training that you had to really provide these services. Because sometimes 'di ba parang natitake for granted natin yung mga bagay na ginawa na natin dati just to get clients. So today, let us talk about all of those things, no? And we know that if you're just starting out, who are just starting out in the comments? So can you comment starting out? Just so we know who here is like a beginner, no? Who talaga nag-focus pa lang on getting a portfolio or building the portfolio. This will be very helpful for you because we are going to cover 4 things, okay? So the first one is how you can set your rates as a beginner. So, kung wala ka pang naging client before, paano ka nga ba makakapag-price, no? What is a good method, no, to come up with your initial pricing? The second one is how can you price, no, for everyone who is in funnel building, because this is a funnel community. So let us just focus on how can you price your project per funnel. So if you're in social media, if you're in copywriting, how can you price it per project per se? Okay? And then the third one is how can you price your beta offer? Come up with the price for your beta offer. Okay? Kung hindi mo siya i-offer for free. And the fourth one is how can you transition, ito, very important, how can you transition from hourly to per project pricing? Because most of us started as a VA, for example, or a tech VA, and then right now you wanted to, handle your time well, or handle multiple clients at the same time, for you to be able to earn more then, diba? So we have to do it per project kasi kung per hour talaga nakatali ka doon. Okay? So, okay, let's start with the first one. Okay, so if you're here, comment beginner. Comment beginner just so I would know that you're here. So the first one is how can you set your rates as a beginner? Okay? So when you're new to a skill, or for example, let's say funnel building, it is very important for you to establish a competitive but fair na rate. Okay? So, how can you do that? Now, if you're just starting, kasi hindi ka sure kung ano ba, dapat ba mag-price na ako ng mataas? Dapat ba $3K agad? Ganyan, $5K? The numbers, guys, it really depends on you. But what I will be giving you tonight, is really like a method that you can apply para makakome up ka with your own numbers. Okay? So the first one, okay, so this is for beginners. The first one is market research. Okay? So take note of that, market research. So how can you do this? You need to research what other beginner funnel builders are charging. So at least, 'di ba, kung magtatanong ka na this is why communities are very important. This is why courses are very important because you already have a community that you can ask. Okay? So, pwede ka magtanong sa kanila, ano yung charge niyo usually? Ano yung parang na-close nyo na so far? 'Di ba? At least this gives you a baseline to start from. No? At least you know na, okay, dito nakapag-close siya. Dito nakapag-close siya. So, maybe I could play around with that number. Okay? So, yun yung for market research. Now, the second one, another one for market research is that once you have known, like, okay, ito yung price point na ino-offer nila. Now, your aim is to price slightly lower than the average for you to attract your first clients. 'Di ba usually when you see a new business, ang ginagawa nila parang nagpapa-promo sila per se, 'di ba? So what you will do now is you're just gonna price yourself slightly lower than usual for you to already have like parang competitive advantage. Kasi 'di ba, beginner ka and then ang kalaban mo is someone na may experience, for example. Okay? And then, kung ako yung client, sino yung pipiliin ko kung parehas kayo ng price? Syempre, doon ako sa experience. So now, what can you give to that client? No? A sort of like, parang advantage of choosing you over that person. So it could be a slight discount to your current package. No? That's just one. Okay? So, nasa first method pa lang tayo. So, for example, if the average rate for a funnel builder is, let's say $40 per hour or $50 per hour, let's say $50 per hour, kasi yun talaga yung usual, you might start at around $35 to $40 per hour. Okay? So, sometimes, it really depends guys ha. Itong $50 per hour na to talagang for example, ito na yung may alam na talaga ng mga automations, etc. But yung medyo nasa gitna niya, let's say it's 25. So, if you're just starting out, you could play at around 15, 20, ganyan, no? Just to play it out if you're just starting out, okay? Now, the second one, so the first one is market research, right? The second one is value assessment. Okay? Ito yung sinasabi na charge your worth. Parang ganon, di ba? So, but here, what we're going to do is you're just gonna be going over the value that you're providing. So, even if you're just a beginner, ito yung lagi nakakalimutan ng mga tao, na kahit na beginner ka, yung skills mo at yung time mo is very, very valuable. Okay? So, you have to be confident in your pricing as well. Kung alam mong magre-reflect siya sa quality ng work mo. This is why, yun nga, paulit-ulit ko itong sinasabi, I don't really believe in fake it till you make it. Kasi, ako siguro dati naniniwala ako doon kasi yun yung tinuturo ng mga gurus dati. But when I already did it on my own, no? Sabi ko nga sa inyo, the first project that I had, chinarge ko siya ng mataas. Yun talaga, sabi ko, posible pala mag-charge ng ganito kataas kahit wala kang experience. Yes. Okay? But, what happened after that, hindi ko alam kung, tama ba yung ginagawa ng in-outsource ko? Tama ba yung taong in-outsource ko? No, there are a lot of things that comes with that, no? And because I'm not confident in what I do before, then in-entrust ko siya sa ibang tao na hindi ko rin alam kung tama yung gagawin nila. Yun yung catch doon. That is why I always tell my students na yung pricing mo should be aligned with first the value that you're giving, no? If you're a beginner, of course, mas mababa siya, 'di ba? Kasi you're still learning the ropes, 'di ba? Parang pag ginagamay mo pa siya. Okay? And then if you are and then once you get experience, once you do it over and over again, yun yung lagi yung sinasabi, there's no way but up. Pag naka-close ka nito, itaas mo siya hanggat makarating ka dun sa dream rate mo. Kasi, kapag ka pinilit mo yung dream rate mo na, tas beginner ka pa, what will happen? You will just get anxious, no? Parang mape-pressure ka, malilimutan mo na lahat ng routine mo, malilimutan mo na mag-upskill kasi sobrang focus mo dun sa trabahong yun. Hindi ka na pwedeng matulog ng maaga kasi kailangan ibigay mo yung best mo dun sa project na yun kasi ang mahal niya. 'Di ba? It gives you the least space to grow. When in fact, what we wanted is the sustainability. That is why I always say, huwag kayong magmadali. Okay? Yun. So, yun yung second, value assessment. So, what you can say here is that you can tell the clients, for example, na, okay, client, so based on my research and the value that I bring to the table, I start my rates at, let's say, $30 per hour. Okay? You can say that this competitive rate ensures that you are getting quality service at an affordable price or at a lower price. Okay? So, yun yung parang iraram sa kanila na sa lahat, with everything that I will be giving to you, ito yung rate ko. So, ito, it really depends with the client. Minsan hindi ito nag-work, minsan nag-work to. Kasi may mga clients na, itong line na to, mag-work siya kapag alam na nila kung ano yung ginagawa mo. Kapag naintindihan na nila on how you're helping them. But, if first encounter nyo pa lang, tapos nagtanong siya na, hey Darla, what's your rate? And then sinabi ko tong, based on my research and the value that I bring to the table, this is my rate. It will not make sense. Kasi, 'di ba? Value that I bring to the table is somehow para siyang malabo, 'di ba? Para siyang hindi mo siya mag-gauge, hindi siya measurable, right? But after you have like talk to each other or discuss some things, like tinanong mo na yung problem niya, if you know the FMA script of really knowing or diagnosing the problem of the client, then you could use this script already because the client already knows the value that you bring to the table. Do you get that? Is that clear, everyone? Please comment clear if clear yon. Okay? Alright. Okay, now, let us go to the second one. Okay, tapos na tayo dun sa setting your rates as a beginner. Now, let's go to the second one, which is pricing per project or pricing per funnel. So, again, ulit-ulitin ko, wala talagang single number. Wala akong nire-recommend na number for you kasi it really depends on where you are on your journey. So, pag sinabi ko sa inyo na, okay, ang per funnel namin dito is, let's say, 3K. 'Di ba? As a beginner, would you charge that already? 'Di ba? Magkaibang level na tayo. So kaya ko 'to ginagawa. That's why I'm explaining these things to you so that you could apply it to your own business. Okay? I'm teaching you the methods. Now, it's your job, it's your turn to apply this to your own business. Kasi kailangan kayo yung mag-decide nun. Hindi dapat ako. Hindi ko dapat sabihin na, ganito yung charge nyo, then tuloy na kayo. What if hindi pala siya aligned? What if hindi ka pala comfortable? Okay? What if kulang pala siya sa'yo? What if sobra pala siya sa'yo? Diba? So, you have to decide for yourself. Now, let's talk about pricing per package. Okay? Now, as you gain more experience, so diba kanina beginner tayo. Now, as you gain more experience in freelancing, you will want to shift to a per project pricing model. Okay? Instead of like being per hour. Kasi kanina per hour, diba? So now, here is how you can do this. Okay? So the first one, no? Iisipin mo, dapat clear sa'yo kung ano yung package mo. Okay? So, if you're in FMA, na-discuss natin yan, how can you come up with your package, no? Kasama ba yung copywriting, kasama ba yung graphic design, etc. Kasama yan dun sa script natin. But, if you are offering other services, make sure to list everything na included dun sa package mo na yan. Like, every single thing, isulat mo. Okay? So, the first one is that step, which is the component breakdown. So, you have to break down, okay, for this topic, let's say funnel tayo. So, you have to break down the funnel into components. Okay, so for example, if you're doing a lead funnel, ano ba yung mga kailangan sa lead funnel? Diba? You would need a lead capture page, yun yung first page. You would need email sequences because you need an email nurture sequence for that. You would need sales page if mag-upsell agad si client, dun sa offer na yon. Okay? So, it really depends kung ano yung inclusions ng offer niya. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, iba-iba yung inclusions niyan. So, pwede din na, ano lang talaga, email list building lang na lead capture, thank you page, and then email sequences. Okay? So, it really depends on your package. Now, what you need to do is, gagawa kayo ng dalawang column. Okay? Ito yung listahan ng services mo. And then, estimate the time and effort required sa bawat isang component or bawat isang part. Okay? Now, for example, again, ang basic lead capture page, no? Yung first page lang, for example, yung first page lang ng lead capture, it could take around, let's say, 5 hours sa mga beginners, no? 5 hours of work. And then, yung email sequence could also take 5 hours of work. And then, yung sales page na ilalagay natin doon after nung lead capture would be 10 hours of work. Okay? So, doon, makikita mo. So, gaano ko katagal i-work on tong project na to? Okay? So, yun yung pwede nyo gawin. And then, you could already multiply that with your per hour rate. Okay? So, 20 hours. And then, ang per hour rate ko is, let's say, 25. Okay? Multiply mo sila. Yun yung parang base price mo. And then, how can you account yung mga iba mo pang overhead cost, like electricity, yung computer mo, diba? Yung internet, everything else. Now, it is your choice to add 20 to 30% buffer on top of that. Okay? So, let's try to compute. Wala ba akong laptop dito? Okay, let's say 20 hours, no? 20 hours times 25 would be 500. Now, kung mag-a-add tayo ng 25% per se, or let's say, 20%. Kung 20% buffer on top would be 100, diba? So, ang magiging total mo na charge for the client would be $600. Okay? At least alam mo kung saan ang galing yung pricing, 'di ba? Less lowballing, and then less guilt siya. Na kapag halimbawa, kasi usually pagka nakikipag ka na with the client, ipapa-add niya pa yung pwedeng pa-add ng ganito, pwedeng pa-add ng ganyan. Tapos feeling mo, mataas na yung 600 so sige, 'di ba? At least now you already have a clear idea na kung ano yung binabayaran mismo ni client, no? We do not differ in like malls. Diba yung malls, we really pay for each item. So, it's the same with this one. Unless you wanted to provide more value. Right? So, ayan. Now, the second one is package pricing. Okay? So, the first one again is breaking down each of the component or each part of the offer. Now, the second one is pricing it as a package. Okay? So now, you need to create your own packages based on the complexity. So when we say complexity, gaano ba kahirap or gaano ba ka-complicated or gaano, basically ka-complex yung funnel and also yung scope niya. So, ito bang funnel na to, kailangan niya ng advanced automation? Ito bang funnel na to, kailangan pa ng copy? Ito bang funnel na to, kailangan pa ng analytics, etc.? So, you need to also be aware of that. Okay? So, for example, yung basic lead funnel natin, di ba, ang price natin kanina is $500, let's say. $500. And then, kapag ang inas na ni client is a more comprehensive sales funnel, so let's say, ito talaga, pang course na talaga to, like, kompletong sales page, order form, thank you, and everything else, could be around 1,500 to 2,000. Diba? It really depends. Bakit magkalayo? Kasi, si basic lead funnel, maikli lang yun opt-in, thank you. Tapos, email sequence, email nurture sequence. Ngayon, si course funnel, sales page, thank you page, sales page, order page, thank you page, email sequence, dalawa yon, no? Pwede ka mag-add ng cart abandonment, at saka buyer sequence, diba? And then, you could also add upsell. So, kaya malayo yung pricing nila, it's because more complex itong project na to, mas marami siyang component, mas marami siyang parts, mas marami kang dapat i-deliver, and you will spend a lot more time on that project too. Okay? So, yun. So, yun. So, for everyone who's watching, tapos gusto niyo talaga malaman kung ano yung parang base pricing mo for per funnel. So, yung usual, yun nga, yung pinaka-simple kasing funnel talaga is the lead funnel. So, if you want to start out, you can start kung sa isang funnel, you could start at $500. Talaga mababayaran na yung time nyo doon. Okay? And also, your research. Kasi that's part of the process. And that's also part of FMA actually. So, yung buong process na gagawin nyo for your funnel process, nasa FMA yun lahat. So, yung lahat ng yun, i-deliver nyo yun for the client. Yun talaga yung process. Hindi talaga kami nag-fail doon. Hanggang ngayon, happy lahat ng clients namin because of that process. Okay. Now, how can you communicate this to a client? No, yung pricing mo. So, you can say to the client na, client, for a basic lead funnel, my rate is $500. Okay, let's say. So that includes designing the lead page, the landing page. That also includes setting up the email sequences and integrating the necessary tools. So i-integrate mo yung email sa opt-in, all of those things. Or if meron siyang ibang email software na ginagamit, i-integrate mo sila sa isa't isa. And you could also say to the client na for more complex funnels, our price adjusts accordingly based on the scope and requirements. And this is the time wherein you need to jump on a call with the client or with the prospect for you to know kung ano ba talagang kailangan niya para makapag-offer ka ng type of funnel na kailangan niya talaga. So that would be for the second one. So that is for the package pricing. Okay? Now, dito na tayo sa pangatlo. So, tapos na tayo sa pricing as a beginner. Tapos na tayo sa pricing as a package. And now, we will be doing the pricing your beta offer. Okay? So, yun. So, itong pricing the beta offer, this is, yun nga, sabi ko nga kanina, we are doing this inside the Funnels Mastery Academy. Why? Because ang pillars talaga namin sa Funnels Mastery Academy is tatlo. No, we want to build your competence. Yung una pala is the skill. No, we want to build your skill. Kaya pagpasok nyo pa lang, pagpasok nyo sa module 1, makaka-build agad kayo ng funnel. Ipopost nyo agad siya, magkaka-feedback agad kayo dun sa ginawa nyong funnel. Kahit hindi nyo pa alam ang ins and outs, you get to experience it already. Kaya matcha-challenge kayo agad, na i-implement nyo siya agad. The second one is competence. No? Why? Because again, when you do it over and over again, yung skill mo, it will improve. Yung batch 1 namin na mga students, Mark, yan, sina Jack, yan, sobrang, na talaga, grabe yung growth nila because they are doing it over and over again. So, in just a few months, no, FMA started, I think, March or April. So, sobrang bilis, di ba? Because they implemented everything. They implemented all of the effective strategies. Okay? Now, and then the third one is the confidence. Kasi ito yung wala tayo, right? Bakit ba hindi tayo confident? Kasi hindi siguro, dahil feeling natin hindi pa tayo magaling. Dahil feeling natin mas magaling yung ibang tao. 'Di ba? Dahil feeling natin hindi pa tayo worth it na mag-price. 'Di ba? So now, that is why we are doing the Beta Run Challenge. Para ma-target yung tatlong yun 1 month after mong sumali sa FMA. So now, I will be sharing with you, if you're interested in doing this on your own, pwedeng-pwede naman, no? But in FMA, we have all of the scripts, the step-by-step method of how you're gonna do it. But now, I will be sharing with you how you can price your beta offer. Okay? So, if it's a beta offer, no, pag sinabi kasing beta, para siyang patikim, para siyang dinidevelop pa namin. Pero, I will already give you the experience nung package namin. Kumbaga, para siyang nasa testing phase. Okay? Para siyang nasa market research phase. Okay? Now, it is very important for you, no? If it is a beta project, it's very important for you to also charge yung services mo to really reflect the value and also ensure yung client commitment. So, sa mga students namin, I always say na, okay, you can charge for free if you wanted to, like, if you're comfortable with that, no, wala namang problema doon actually, sa pag-free, walang problema doon. But if you wanted to charge already, then I would 100% recommend that. Okay? Bakit? Kasi, pagka nagbigay, kahit na magkano pa yan, yung client mo would be more committed kasi meron silang binigay na pera. Pero kung free lang siya, most likely, i-ghost ka, diba? Malilate, ganyan. So, it really depends on who you are talking to. So, yung mga students ko, kapag feeling nila okay yung client na yon, if talagang gusto lang nila mag-practice, walang pressure and everything, pinaprovide nila for free. And then most of them also charge, no? Now, how can you charge this? So the first step is the reduced rate. Okay? Now, bakit reduced? Bakit hindi pwedeng original or yung full package? 'Di ba? You need to do it because you need to incentivize, you need to give a reason, no, for the early adopters. Ito yung mga tipong, alam mo yan, pag halimbawa yung kotse, bagong labas siya sa market, wala pang ka-feedback, 'di ba? So, ang gagawin nila, mag-offer sila ng malaking parang offer or irresistible offer sa mga dealers or sa mga customers para merong parang pumatol or para merong magtiwala. 'Di ba? Kasi parang what's in it for me na pwede naman ako mag-antay later, bakit ngayon pa? 'Di ba? So you have to incentivize them. So, etong reduced rate na to, this could be 50% of your usual price. So let's say yung funnel mo is $500. So for a lead funnel na a very simple funnel, yun guys, no, when we say a very simple funnel, you could finish it in a day without overthinking. Actually, ilang hours lang, kayang-kaya mo siyang matapos. So, yun. So, $500 now, let's say. And then, for your beta price could be like $250. Okay, 50%. Okay? Now, the second one is when you do this, you have to have a clear communication with the client then. So, kasama to sa beta run script namin. So, you have to clearly communicate with the client that this is a limited time offer for beta clients. And you have to highlight as well the benefits na makukuha nila doon. Kasi baka akalain nila na, ay, forever, ganito yung pricing niya. 'Di ba? What if naging expert ka na, hindi na pwedeng ganun. 'Di ba? So, what you can say to the client is, you can say na, I'm excited to offer a special beta version of my funnel building services at a reduced rate of $250 for a basic lead funnel. Now, this is a limited time offer, and by participating, you can get an experience or you can get access to top-notch services at half the usual price, but maximizing or really enjoying our full package service. Okay? So, parang sasabihin mo talaga sa kanya na limited time lang to, ipaprovide namin yung whole package namin sa'yo but half the price. No? And that already answers what's in it for them. Okay? Clear ba? If you have any questions, just comment it in the comment section. So, for everyone watching in TikTok, make sure to join our group. You can search Funnels Mastery Community. You can join right now. And then the last one is, how can you transition from hourly to project pricing? 'Di ba? Ito, maraming nagkakaproblema dito. Kasi nga, sabi ko nga sa inyo, yung funnels is like one of the best skills to upskill talaga kahit ano pang service mo kasi it really covers everything. Like, it is really needed in any stage of the marketing process. So, kung copywriter ka, social media manager ka, ads expert ka, media buyer ka, VA ka, ano ba? Actually, kahit anong service talaga, like, you can really upskill kasi kailangan siya ng lahat ng clients nyo. Okay, now, let's talk about how can you transition from hourly to per project. Okay? So, the first step that you need to do is you need to evaluate, no? That's the first step. You need to evaluate your past projects. So, kailangan mong intindihin how much time and effort ang kinukuha sa'yo nung mga past projects mo. Okay? So, you can say na, okay, kung VA ako, ganito kadalas akong gumagawa ng project na to or nung activity na to. And then ganito yung binabayad sa akin. So, you have to list everything down. Again, sabi ko nga sa inyo, it really depends on your own journey. Okay? I cannot answer yung specific rates for you. Now, pag nalista mo siya, you can use that data to estimate yung future project timelines and costs mo. So like for example, kung VA ka, tapos pinapa-build ka pala dati ni client ng funnel, hindi yun, yung may mga students ako na nagbe-build na pala dati, pero hindi nila alam na yun pala yung tawag doon, na mataas pala yung rate para doon. So, you have to jot down then kung dati ginagawa mo siya, gaano katagal ka inaabot or gaano katagal mo siya ginagawa. Okay? So, for example, if you've worked on a project for like 30 hours and you charge, let's say, $20 per hour or $10 per hour, let's say, kung beginner ka, you will know na yung similar project na yon, or let's say $40 per hour, depende kasi talaga kung nasan kayo. So, for example na lang, 30 hours, tapos yung rate mo is, ang charge mo kay client before was $20 per hour. You will know na yung similar project na ginagawa mo for that client can be priced at around $600. Diba? Kung $40 yung charge mo, yung project na yun could be priced around $1,200. Is that clear? You really have to note it down, to write it down for you to understand it better, for you to see kung saan napupunta yung oras mo, gaano katagal mo siyang ginagawa. Okay? The second one is you can create standard packages. Okay? So, you have to come up with your own package based on your usual client's needs. And kailangan yung bawat package mo, meron silang nakaset na price and deliverable. Kaya, yun nga, sa FMA, we also do that na nilist namin lahat yon, yung value niya, how many hours mo siyang gagawin, and then magkano na yung total price niya sa baba. Okay? So, for example, yun, kanina pa natin minimension, a sample of a standard package could be a lead capture page, email sequence, and integration for $500. Yun yung isa mong package. Okay? You could also have a package on sales page. Dati I had a package ng sales page nung beginner ako. Parang ang charge ko ay $397 yata or $497, pero one sales page lang yun. And then, gagawin ko siya ng within 24 hours. So, just imagine, if you have that package, if you get known for that package na parang order basis siya for 24 hours, and then you get to serve clients on a daily basis, just imagine. Diba? So, ganon ka-valuable yung funnel, guys. Hindi ako nagbibiro. Okay? So, the third one, so yung first one is you need to evaluate your current workload, kung ano yung ginagawa mo. The second one is you have to come up with standard packages. And the third one is you need to also communicate the change with your current clients. Ito yung isa sa pinaka-challenging, pero I think ito lang yung kulang, sa mga gustong mag-transition. I think ito lang yung kulang sa inyo. Natatakot lang kayo or nahihiya lang kayo. But ako, as someone who hires people, as someone who hires people, who talks to people, I really appreciate people na nag-share, na nagko-communicate openly. Okay? So now, what you need to do is you have to inform your current clients about your shift, about yung switch from hourly to per project pricing. Okay? Now, in this communication, you have to emphasize as well yung mga cost and also yung deliverables. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng sabihin mo sa kanya na, magtataas ako ng rate. Yun lang. Wala man lang explanation of why or how, diba? Now, what you can say to the client is something like this, You could say na, hey client, after evaluating my past projects and also for me to provide more value and clarity, I'm transitioning from hourly to per project pricing. So this change will ensure that you get a clear understanding of the costs and detailed deliverables, and you can also expect that I will be upscaling more to serve you better. So you just have to highlight kung ano yung reason for the change. Okay? So, and then after that, you can already tell yung price mo. So, for example, my rate for a basic lead funnel currently is $500, which includes this, and this. Okay? Is that clear, everyone? Okay. now that we have covered all of those things, do you have any questions? Again, we have covered 4 things. We covered how to set your rate as a beginner, how you can price per funnel or per project, how you can price your beta offer, and how you can transition from hourly to per project pricing. So, I already gave you the script. So, bahala na kayo magsulat para magamit niyo yung mga script na yon and also revise it according to your voice. Okay? And then, just before we wrap up, no, I also wanted to discuss, no, this is somehow a controversial topic, no? Bakit ba mas mababa yung rate na binibigay ng mga agencies? 'Di ba? Laging maraming nagtatampo online na ganito yung binibigay sa agency tapos ganito lang yung binibigay sa akin. 'Di ba? Now, let's discuss why the offered rate might be lower when you are hired by agencies. Now, there are a few reasons for this na hindi natin usually alam. So, the first one is dahil bulk yung work na meron sa agency. So, iba kasi yung pricing kapag agency na dahil bulk na nga yung workload nila, no? Agencies often handle multiple projects ng sabay-sabay simultaneously. And ang benefit lang doon is that you also get a steady stream of work. Kasi nga, tuloy-tuloy yung pasok ng project sa kanila. Then, you also get tuloy-tuloy na project, right? But it has to be on a lower rate. Why? Kasi ang dami din nilang mga costs behind, no? May mga cost yan on project management tools, no? Sa amin, promise, sobrang taas ng cost namin sa project management. Mas mataas pa siya sa pasahod namin for 2 people just for the tools, 'di ba? And also, of course, yung pagkuha nila ng client, yung project manager nila, may pasahod din yon. So, there are a lot of, it functions as a regular business as well. That is why, lower siya, 'di ba? Now, the second one is, yun nga, for you, as a freelancer, magkakaroon ka ng lower overhead cost. Okay? Kasi nga, yung agency na yung kumukuha ng client, sila yung nagmamanage ng project, sila na yung nagbibigay ng tools, ng resources, 'di ba? Na hindi mo na kailangan gawin on your own, di mo na kailangan bumili ng free pick, di mo na kailangan bumili ng kung ano-ano pa, di mo na kailangan mag-subscribe sa Dubsado, right? So, it already reduces your overhead cost. Okay? And then, the third one is also, I think, because of the, experience and exposure din for agencies. Kaya, if you're just starting out, okay talaga mag-agency. Okay? Wala talagang, hindi naman talaga siya parang, wag ka magganyan, masistress ka lang, ganyan, diba? Of course, masistress ka kasi beginner ka. Okay? Kasi hindi mo pa, parang, hindi mo pa gamay yung skill na yun. Kaya siguro, mas pressured ka. Pero if you're already an expert, mas madali yun sa'yo. Kasi alam mo na yung process. Mas mabilis na sa'yo mag-build ng funnel. Okay? So, the benefit of working with an agency then is that you also get experience and exposure. No? And, syempre, you also get feedback. No? You also get training with that. So, parang ano na rin yun? Parang, payment mo na rin yun for the training as well and for the stream, no? For the consistent stream of clients. So, yun yung mga bagay na hindi siguro natin nakikita kasi I saw someone nga this morning about it. No, that is also the reason, no, in connection with our pricing topic for today, that is also the reason why mas lower siya, no? And if you're not comfortable in working with yun nga, yung lower rates ng agencies, then don't, 'di ba? 'Di ba? Parang you save yourself now from feeling bad. All you have to do is to find your own clients. 'Di ba? You find your own clients, you charge your own rates para makuha mo talaga yung gusto mo. But again, if merong yung mga bagay na yun ang hinahanap mo, like consistent clients, you want to get feedback, you want to have experience, wala kang overhead cost masyado, then yung agency would be a good option for you as well. Okay, so just to clear that out kasi parang wala masyadong nagdi-discuss about it, right? So, 'yun. And yeah, that's it for today. Let me check if meron kayong mga questions sa chat. Okay, wait lang. Camille, meron bang questions? Let me see. Sa chat na lang ni Camille. Okay, ito. Okay. Alright. So, the question here is, do you include copywriting in the projects? Guys, while I'm answering these questions, can you comment your biggest takeaway in our session for tonight? Again, we are providing this for free. So, just give us a feedback on your biggest realization, your biggest takeaway for tonight as a thank you for us. Okay. So, the first one is, do you include copywriting in the projects? How about for monthly maintenance? How do you price it? What services are usually included in monthly maintenance and funnel? So, dito, yun nga, sa funnels kasi talaga, usually, it's a per hour project. And yun talaga yung ini-aim ko. Per project talaga. Kasi ayokong matali ng matagal. Although we have a lot of retainer clients, pero nasa back-end sila. So, yung mga retainer namin is more of SMM, more of tech VA, may mga ganun kaming retainers. But for funnel itself, meron ka lang options for retainers. So, it could be like conversion rate optimization, so CRO. It's another skill. Okay, hindi na siya katulad ng funnel building mismo. Kasi if you are a conversion rates specialist, mas nakafocus ka on the strategy, no? On the data, instead of building the funnel out. So, it's already a different skill. But, yun, we also do that for clients. Because I already have that skill as well. But, yun nga, just a heads up, it's already a different skill. Okay? Do you include copywriting in the projects? When I started out, hindi talaga. Nag-start kaming mag-include ng copywriting last year, nung nag-agency na kami. So, we already have a copywriter, we have a funnel builder, we have a designer, we have admin, we have project manager. So, those are the things na meron sa amin. And then, that's when I started offering copywriting. And then, nung nag-start kasi ako, wala pa mga ChatGPT. Parang hindi pa siya sikat. Hindi pa siya sikat, pero marami ng mga AI, I think, hindi lang siya masyado pang trusted or hindi pa siya masyado accepted. So, dati, hindi talaga ako gumagawa ng copy. But right now, with all of the AIs, and because I already understand all of the copywriting principles, magagawa mo siya with the help of AI. But of course, you need to edit it. You really need to have knowledge. So, if you are not yet confident in your copywriting skills, just focus on the design and building and the integrations, like the port, and then already tell the client that you need copywriting. Now, paano mo matutulungan si client na hindi mo dadagdagan yung problema niya na pati copywriting is kailangan niya pang solusyonan? What you can do is you can find a partner na copywriter. Pag-usapan niyo kung magkano yung rate niya. Ibato mo sa kanya yung project for copywriting, and then that's when you will be building the funnel. Okay? Again, guys, you don't have to do everything. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, I have multiple people in my team to deliver a single funnel. Okay? So, kayo, you don't need to, we are, especially in FMA, we are presenting you different tips na, pwede ka mag-offer ng SMM, pwede ka mag-offer ng ganito. But again, you have to focus on one for you to become an expert on that. Huwag kayong ma-FOMO na, kailangan ko mag-add ng ganito, kailangan ko mag-add ng ganito. Kasi, parang mas spread too thin mo yung time mo, yung energy mo, yung resources mo, and at the end of the day, parang, wala na akong na-expert, wala na akong na-focusan. Okay? Kasi nagpapadala kayo sa FOMO. When in fact, if you focus on this, if you focus 100% on the design, on the strategy, on the building, you can charge more while working with other people as well. Less stress, 'di ba? Less stress, less less na pagkawala sa focus, less din ang aaralin, syempre, 'di ba? So, those are the things. For monthly maintenance, it depends on you. Yun. Hello, Coach. Price po sana ng design versus design with automation. Same lang po ba yan? I think this is answered by our second discussion. So, kailangan mong alamin muna, gaano ba katagal yung design mo? Okay? So, ako, sa FMA, I always tell my students na kung mag-offer ka lang din naman ng funnels, wag design lang. Kailangan kasama yung building, kasama yung optimization, kasama yung mga automation. Why? Kasi yun nga yung purpose ng funnel eh. Ba't ka magde-deliver ng isang part lang? Kung kailangan yung buong system, 'di ba? Pag nag-deliver ng bike sa'yo, kulang ba yung gulong? 'Di ba kumpleto yung gulong? So it's the same with this one. So magde-deliver ka nga ng magandang bike sa kanya pero kulang naman yung gulong. Paano siya aandar? 'Di ba? So 'yon. Use the strategies that I told you in this free session, and then come up with your own rates. Any advice on deciding to get clients while still learning the modules as starters? Is this from an FMA student? This is already explained in the beta run challenge. So, the reason for this is, of course, no, ang reason kasi dito is that, of course, kailangan mo nang i-implement na funnel, right? So, instead of working on projects na sample lang talaga or parang inspo lang talaga, why not work with an actual client na, kaya nga binigay ko yung option na you can do it for free or you can do it on a beta price. Para at least you get to already experience working with an actual client, communicating with an actual client, building with an actual client, and you also get testimonial for that. Kaya nga yung mga first batches natin, they already have a portfolio because they did those steps. What's the best option? PayPal pinakamadali sa clients so far. Wise also a good option. Payoneer is also good pero hindi ko pa siya ginagamit. Basta ang pinaka na-try ko and mostly na ginagamit ngayon, number 1 talaga PayPal kasi yung pinaka mabilis sa kanila. Wise, and then the last one was Parallax. The next one is, ayan, yung price, again, you have to decide, no? Ano ba yung mga base pricing nyo? I-specify mo, magkano yun? Especially if may copywriting, kailangan mo i-specify ano yung price for the copywriting project. Okay? So, yun. Does the pricing of a funnel, aside from the value we provide, depend on the number of pages we create? Yes! Yun nga, kailangan nyo ring isipin gaano katagal mong gagawin yung project, ilang pages, ano yung mga resources na kailangan mo. Ayun. And then, may difference po ba ang contract ng hourly and project-based? Actually, hindi pa kasi talaga ako nag-hourly ever. Meron kaming hourly, pero sa Upwork yun dati eh. So, sa contract, siguro I think it's more of like the, ang pinaka-specific na kailangan yung specify doon is the inclusions or ano yung covered lang nung rate na yon. Kasi, like for example, ang agreement nyo is copywriting per se or sales funnel building per se, and then pinagawa ka ng copywriting. So, it's already a different skill set. So, maaaring mas mataas yung charge mo para doon or mas mababa. So, you have to specify yung skill set na kasama doon. And then, when you are starting out, how did you market your service? Did you create your own website? Sorry, guys. Did you create your own website or did it on social media? So, dati kasi guys, hindi pa ganun ka-competitive. Just imagine in one group na minimanage ko, merong around 800 to 1,000 people joining every day. So, ganun karami yung mga tao nagtatry mag-freelance. Okay. So, ngayon, kapag ganito yung nakikita nating trend, ibig sabihin, mas maraming nag-freelance, mas maraming competition, right? And then right now, although tama naman yung sinasabi nila na you can get clients without a portfolio, ganyan, but it's gonna be very difficult. It's gonna be difficult or swertihan lang talaga. Kaya nga yung process talaga namin sa FMA is that beta run challenge, mag-practice ka, implement mo, mag-reach out ka, gumawa ka talaga ng projects for actual people, gumawa ka ng portfolio, kasi meron kaming portfolio template sa loob na ika-copy mo na lang, tapos papalitan mo na lang ng photos, and then nandun na. Buo na yung portfolio mo, hindi ka nagagawa from scratch. That is why I always tell our students to do that, because by the time na natapos mo yung course, by the time na natapos mo yung beta run challenge, and na-upload mo yung portfolio mo, it would be easier for you to close clients, kasi meron ka na agad portfolio. And actually, yung mga clients ko ngayon, parang kung saan nanggagaling. Nanggagaling mostly talaga. Sila yung naghahanap ng Calendly ko kasi hindi ko nilalagay yung Calendly link ko agad-agad. No? So, pumapasok sila sa mga funnels namin. So, even before kami mag-hop on a call, they already have an idea na ang pricing namin is ganito. So, hindi na ako nakaka-attract ng mga hindi ready magbayad kasi nakalagay na sa funnel ko na ito yung pricing namin. And ang laking change nun. Okay? So, yun, I always recommend, yun nga, yung students talaga namin sa FME na, kailangan optimize yung profile mo and you have to have a portfolio para it's easier for you to close clients, especially when you are already doing outreach. Okay? Okay, last one. Sa mga agency ba, coach, may contract rin ba between agency owner or employee? So, sa agency kasi, guys, depende eh. If you are an employee, so of course, meron kayong employee-employee relationship. Pero kung contractor kayo, so ibig sabihin, hinar kayo for that specific project lang, then wala kayong employer-employee relationship. And then, usually talaga, dapat may contract kayo para clear kung ano yung inclusions, ano yung kailangan, kailan yung deadline, ano mangyayari kapag hindi tuloy yung project and everything, no? It serves as a protection both for the agency owner and you as a service provider. So, kailangan clear yon. Ano ba? Employee ba to? Or contractual lang ba to? Meron ba tayong employer-employee relationship? And all of those things. So, kailangan very clear yon, no? Depende kasi talaga yon sa agency or sa ina-applyan mo rin na position. Ayun. Yeah, I think that's it for tonight. Again, guys, to wrap up, yung mga pricing strategies natin, no, or setting the right pricing strategy is very, very important for your success as a freelancer and as a funnel builder. Because you have to really be strategic and you have to communicate clearly with your clients yung pricing mo para hindi rin tayo ma-burnout na offer ng ganitong price tapos ang dami na nila. Although na-achieve natin yung goal natin na income, but ini-stretch natin yung self natin too thin, nabu-burnout tayo, ang resulta no next month, magpapahinga tayo. Wala na namang clients kasi na-burnout tayo. So again, we are aiming for sustainability, 'di ba? For consistency and sustainability. Huwag magmadali. Huwag masilaw. Kasi it's all a process. And again, you have to accept that you are a beginner and beginners are meant to fail. And failure means you're learning and you're growing as well. So you have to take note of that as well. So let me just check the comment section. Agree, kasi yung agency na under ako as contractor, delay lagi bayad. Need ko pa singilin pa ulit-ulit. Jack, ang recommendation ko sa'yo, kapag ka ganito, kailangan mag-ask ka ng upfront na bayad. So, it could be like, parang ang isa kong suggestion sa inyo kapag ganito yung nangyayari, pwede kayo magkaroon ng parang deposit. Parang sa renta, 'di ba? Na para ma-protectionan yung owner ng bahay, magpapalagay siya ng deposit ng 2 months. Para kung hindi magbayad yung renter ng 2 months, bayad ka na. Okay? So, ang ginagawa namin usually dito, hindi naman na kasi kami naggumagawa ng ganito. Pero laging upfront. So, unang-una is, kung hindi upfront yung bayad ni client for that month, is magre-require kami ng deposit fee. So, yun yung 50% nung buwan na yon ng isang buwan. And then, aside pa yung upfront fee. So, ibig sabihin nun, halimbawa, na-serve na namin tong month na to. Kasi upfront nga eh, 'di ba? Upfront, nabayaran na kami during the first day. And then, hindi siya nagbayad pagdating ng August. Pwede kaming magtuloy pa ng service until the 15th. Bakit? Kasi may deposit fee siya. After the deposit fee niya, at least we have 2 weeks to follow up with the client about the payment and everything. And then, at least, pagdating ng 15th, pwede ka na mag-stop mag-work, no? And then, meron ka ring time na mag-follow up for that 2 weeks. At least, hindi ka lugi, no? You have the security. You are being paid in advance, diba? So, yon. FOMO. Fear of missing out. Yun yung parang feeling mo, parang feeling mo, hala, ako na lang hindi gumagawa nito. Parang ganon. So, huwag kayong ganon. Tama yun. Sa FMA lang kayo ma-FOMO kasi dito worth it yung pagkaka-FOMO nyo kasi hindi siya marketing lang. Totoo talaga siya. Ayun. Sige. Ayun. Alright. Again, guys, please comment your greatest takeaways. Ay, sa group natin, we have a couple of contests. Okay? So, meron tayong isa, yung mga greatest takeaway. So, every time na magla-live kami, we are taking note of your feedback, of your takeaway. So, the more na mas ano siya, mas detailed, mas personal, yun yung talagang pinipili namin. And you will have a prize from us. And then, another one is the funnel masterpiece. So, again, meron tayong mini guide or free course sa loob ng FMC. So you have to take advantage of that. So that's it for tonight. I hope you found this valuable. I'm sure you found it valuable kasi this will really give you clarity. And yeah, see you inside the group and see you again next time. Goodbye guys and good night. No? Enjoy your week. Bye.